Hello and welcome to Gunnar Weiskamp's Web Development. Today's lesson 10, MVC Remote and Compare Attribute. So in this lesson we learn about the System.Web.Mvc Remote and Compare attributes. So these two attributes processes reside in the System.Web.Mvc. They're used a little bit like data annotations, but they don't reside in the component data annotations libraries. Using these two attributes can add great functionality to your app. Well, both are different, but specifically I think remote is a great little attribute to be aware of. So today I'm in Visual Studio 2013. So just do File, New Project. This is the framework I'm at. Make sure that's selected here in B. And then in C, make sure Empty MVC application is selected for today's tutorial. Right, so let's get down to it. So once that's all done, you've got an empty MVC app, which is what we want. So let's add, oops, we've got to stop it. Let's add a controller. Home. And while that's doing that, let's grab all the code for the home page, our control area. It's still doing its magic. Here we go. Okay, that's all in. Got a couple of squiggly red lines there. Oh, no, so, whoops, no, don't. So what we also have to do is add a model in. New class, and that's going to be called Person Data Model. If I could spell. Again, try to name all your models with this abbreviation model. Helps people understand what's what. Okay, so let's grab our model code. This magical stuff here. We'll bring in our namespace. I've got a couple of data annotations as well in there. Right. We've got an issue here. Oh, I know why. Got to bring in another one. That's what I was getting at. So, okay, I guess it's a good time to explain it. This required one resides in these data annotations, but this guy's not coming up. He resides in this guy, and I've already taken the full string out there. So we have to bring in that namespace. And then magically our remoting guy will come in there. So that's what I was getting at. These two guys reside in this namespace here compared to the data annotations one. So we've got a fair amount of code here going now. We've got to bring in our models folder. MVC models. And so now our person data models come up. we have to build at this stage, because we're going to add our views in 2 seconds, and we want our models to come into the picture. Because you always need to build when you're creating a view and you want that view to be dependent upon a certain model. Oh no, what's this mean? Oh no, got one too many. Come on. It's looking better this time round. And there we go. Everything built fine. So now we can add our view in. Here we go. We want to have a model with it. We're going to do a create, and our model's going to be our person data model. Yes, we will reference a layout for this one. We actually need some script libraries, but I'll mention that in 2 seconds. So while that's going on, oh yeah, okay, sorry, I was just mumbling to myself a little bit. We do have to grab some code for our view, which is here, and we need to still need to get some dependencies for this project, which I will explain in 2 seconds. Okay. Yes, so after we've created our view here, we're going to get some other dependencies, and they're all jQuery dependencies. So it's the remoting one that needs the 3 jQuery libraries to be installed to make that magic happen. Come on, scaffolding, here we go. Righto, finally. Can we just add it there? Come on, computer, you know you want to do it. I just wanted to check on something. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good to me. Whoa, where are we now? Oops, too much. That can't be right, can it? No, it's not right. Okay, so something weird was going on there. Okay, righto. So you can see these files here. They're obviously jQuery. We have not installed them yet. And, well, sorry, I'd tell a lie. I think we've installed one. Let's bring these all down a bit. So yes, we have installed it. So with this version of Visual Studio, it was installed by default. I'm a little bit confused because what I'm getting at, sometimes you'll have to go to the NuGet package manager. I'll keep that open. You sometimes have to install these via the NuGet package manager. And if you're finding you're missing that, you go in here, you type in here jQuery, it'll come up, and just make sure all of these items will be installed. So might be taking a while here, but in this case, in this application, and I think I worked on one before where these were not automatically installed, so that's why I was expecting that we were going to have to install them. So just look out for this guy here. And so you can type in that little box to find out the jQuery that you're looking for. So you'll need to install this guy here as well, and this guy here as well. So this is the Microsoft jQuery unobtrusive validation, which is this guy here. So these three guys you'll need to install. I'm a little bit perplexed because installed packages, jQuery, yeah, it's already installed here for mine, but before working on a different applications, these were not installed. Anyway, go figure. So technically we should be set to go. We've just got to add a thank you page. And it would probably help if I talked a little bit about what was going on. Thank you, empty with no model, add. Yeah, we'll discuss the code in 2 seconds. Or we can start discussing now while it's doing its stuff here. So in our home control, we've got here an index page, and that's going to take this model and, whoa, that was quicker than I thought for a change. So this is going to take this model and just show it to that view which we've created here. Pretty straightforward. So here we've got the post event for it. We've got our model state that we've talked about before. If an error happens, obviously that's returned. If no error happens, we go to our thank you page, which we just created here. So that's it, nice and simple. Now you're probably wondering, what's this guy do? Exactly, he's the man all by him lonesome. He's our remoting function, and he's going to be called by this process. So I'll talk about who calls who first. Yeah, this guy's obsolete, but he still works, at least in my world. So I'm not going to whinge too much about that. Let's talk about the compare attribute right now. What this does is it compares any text that you put in here against the placeholder that you put in here. So in this case, it'll be that one. So it's so this guy's information will be compared to this guy's information to see if they are the same. So you've probably seen lots of forms out that says, please enter your email here, enter it in the second one to compare it, and if they're not the same, you get an error message back. So that's how the comparer works. Now, the remoting guy. So here he is. He's, like I said, quite handy. Now, as you can see, he's got a few parameters there that you can pass to him. Firstly, so, I should explain how this is going to work. This remoting attribute is wired with this field here, the username. So when you type in here the username, this remoting process will be called. Now, as mentioned, it's got a few parameters in here. The first one, this check username, That's the function it calls, which is over here. See, this is where the magic starts to happen. And this is the controller that you're calling, which is the home controller, and this is the error message that comes up. Now, the magic of this happens after the user has typed something in, not after they press submit, nothing like that. It all happens in the background, magically calling this function here. And as you can see, this is a check username process, and this returning, importantly here, we're returning a JSON result back. So when we enter here in our username Tom, we're going to see that he does exist, and we're going to get a false back, and we will get this error message back, if that makes sense. So that's how that magic works. This happens after you've entered in text, not after you press a button, nothing like that. After you've entered the text. So this is validated here. So we're going to enter Tom in here because that username is already checked. Obviously, in a real-world application, you'd have here your database call to check this passed-in username properly, not just this hard-coded process. But so we're going to enter in Tom, and we'll get this message back. This username already exists. So that's the magic of the remoter there. And importantly, we've got to return this JSON object. This sort of process can only work with a JSON object. So without further ado, I think we've talked about all those various components. So yeah, the good thing with remoting in here is you can type stuff in, and after you're still typing other stuff in, you'll get a message back already saying, you know, this process cannot happen, this process is good. If the process is good, you probably won't give a message back because people only, well, technically are told bad news rather than good news. And it's important that for this process to work is that, as I mentioned, you do install these jQuery libraries. Oh, whoa, okay, here we go. Just checking on something while that's coming up. It should be fine. Scripts. And the problem when you copy and paste code over, sometimes little things can go wrong. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Here in our Razor file, you can just see the normal sort of interfaces here. The model first name will come up here, the email will come up here, the confirm will come up here, and the username will come up here. So this is our remoting username, and we'll see that error message come back. Anytime now would be good. Yeah, please feel free to fast forward to the interesting bits. Because, yeah. Takes a bit of patience. We're still loading a lot of symbols down there. Oh, I think we're getting close. Come on. Oh, maybe now. Come on. Oh, we have a message coming up. Oh my God. Could it be? Yay. Oh my Lord. I do need a faster computer. Okay, so let's hope this works on our first try. Okay. Me. And let's put email at hotmail.com. Email. Well, let's put a bad one in, for at hotmail.com. See, so we've already got our validation coming up there automatically before we've done anything. And that's these guys here. That's our jQuery coming into play here. We haven't even pressed a button, and we've already got a message saying, you know, bad email, do not pass go. And that is our compare attribute here coming into play. Told you it would work. So that's our comparer, and it can be quite useful for that sort of process. And now for the main event. Please work. Oh, it worked! Yay! Okay, the username already exists, and that's what's coming out here from our remoting. So by the magic of all this, we didn't even see this happening. But this function here got called, and we ended up with this message coming out here. So very useful to check those sort of processes. If we put that in and we move away, as you can see, that username is valid, that's fine. And now, yeah, and if we move that away, we can see all our validation is now fine. And we should be able to press create and go to our thank you page. At least I'm hoping so. Oh, thank you. It looks, yes, thank you. Thank you. So that's the magic of remoting. I really encourage its use in a way. The only thing is, you just got to remember, if you put that process in play, it's going to, and if you're doing a database hit, how big is that database hit? Because that could slow things down. People could be typing here and suddenly the application could go a bit strange because some action is happening in the background. But used in a good manner, this remoting process here is just pretty magical and pretty useful, I think, anyway. Okay, so, and, well, come on, please. Please. Righto. Okay, so I hope today's information was useful for you guys all. Please subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you.